morning, everyone. Shannon with Apogee of the Moon. And this week's forecast is for March 8th through March 14th. And yeah, let's dive in because I don't got a lot of time. And neither do you, because we're all busy, even at the end of the world. For Aries and for Aries rising, this new moon is happening in your 12th house. And so with the sextile to Pluto, Pluto is still in your 10th house. I mean, Pluto's going to be there for a while, still a few years, finalizing everything and going over everything and whatnot. So for Aries rising people in particular, this is your dreams. This is, this new moon is really highlighting what's going on behind the scenes. This is creating something new out in the ethers behind the scenes. Maybe even, focusing on something behind the scenes, so much so like secrets, because the 12th house has the association of secrets, right? Like it's people, you're not gonna, if you have planets in the 12th house, you know when to keep your mouth shut. You know when to not say anything. And so with this new moon, it is in Pisces, and your 7th house ruler is here as well. This could be, for some Aries rising people in particular, this could be a new behind the scenes venture for money, or this could be a behind the scenes relationship, something that you're not going to talk about. Or it could be a relationship that will bring fruitful, that will bring a monetary gain moving forward. Now, for the sextile to Pluto up in your 10th house, that's what makes me think that this is more monetary based for you, because this is what you're known for. This is what you're known as. With Pluto here still transforming and whatnot, but it is in a really tight sextile with this new moon, so that it is 3 degrees, but it's a tight sextile to this new moon. And so there is definitely something that is brewing for Aries rising people in particular, about what's going on behind the scenes. And there's something new that's forming there that's going to take shape over the course of the next couple of weeks to that full moon in Libra. And so there's definitely something working its way through your dreams, working its way through, either being in solitude and seclusion, and maybe pulling yourself away from the world would be good for you for the next couple of weeks until we have that full moon in Libra. But, also too, for some Aries rising people, this could be you deciding to, work on extricating yourself from a relationship or get yourself into a relationship, because Venus is here, and Venus is relationship. So that is for Aries rising people. For Taurus rising people, this is happening in your 11th house. So there's something new that's brewing, right? There's something new that's coming in. And with Pluto still hanging out there in your 9th house, this is offering a higher view and bringing it down to reality with that laser focus, and really honing in on what it is that you want to create with your friends group or on social media, and maybe working with other people in order to create what it is that you want to create moving forward. Because obviously Venus is here. Venus is your chart ruler if you're a Taurus ascendant, or it's the dispositor of your sun if you're a Taurus sun. So what you want to do is you want to look to Venus and what Venus is doing, and she's coming conjunct Neptune, which is very spiritual, very magical, very ethery. And then with this new moon, especially in sextile with Pluto, this is in Pisces. This is your 11th house. So there's definitely some people that are probably going to be creating online businesses, or moving forward with an online business, or maybe really honing in on the holes that are in your education and the holes that are in your knowledge base, with that Pluto still hanging out there in your 9th house, kind of still going over some of the areas, even some new areas, but still, it's still there, and it's still going over these areas in your chart, or this area in your chart. and really focusing and honing in on that higher viewpoint and on that bigger, broader, general understanding of, you know, the world around you and your education and your soapbox, kind of your dogma, right? So it's still hanging out there destroying old dogma, but it's also showing you the way with this new moon of what it is that you can create in relation to your social groups and the people that you associate with, and where it is that you can really get that higher, you know, get to that higher social status, because the 11th house is your hopes, your wishes, your dreams. It's the gains that you bring in from, you know, your 10th house. So definitely for Taurus rising people, especially, this could be money that starts to come in. This is the seeding the intention of that money that's coming in, seeding the intention of that spiritual business, seeding the intention of working in partnership with other people to go to that higher higher echelon, right? So for Gemini and for Gemini rising, this new moon is happening in your 10th house. So what this tells me is that you really are focused on your career. There's something new that's been brewing about who it is that you are, what it is that you're known for. And especially because, you know, Venus does rule your 12th house and your 5th house here. This is you maybe having bringing out some Gemini rising people, maybe bringing out a secret from behind the closet about a lover or a child, or maybe a child that you have decides to come to you and tells you, because you do have Venus transiting, you know, your 10th house, and it does rule your 5th and your 12th. So maybe your kid comes to you and says, hey, you know, mom, I have a secret boyfriend, something like that. Or this could be you, you know, working so diligently on your career, but it's fun for you. It's a creative endeavor for you. It's working on, you know, how it is that you're known out in the world, what it is that you're doing. And with Pluto in your 8th house, still kind of really honing in and focusing on what needs to change there in the 8th house, you know, what traumas need to be liberated, what things need to be gone over. This could really see you focusing really intently on liberating those old traumas, old wounds, and old baggage to be able to move forward with a career and what it is that you want to be known for. This is seeding the intention of creating what it is that you want to do in the world as well, and what it is that you want to be known for. So that is for Gemini rising. For Cancer rising people, specifically, this is happening in your 9th house. And so this can be, and you know, with Pluto still transiting your 7th house, this is still very much you know, focusing on liberating the things that don't work in relationship for you. Pluto is still transforming how it is that you are in relationship. And with this sextile to your 9th house, this is you creating something with either education, either teaching or learning. This is you really seeding that intention to move and to take that trip, right? Because this is the 9th house and there's a lot of energy here. It is, you know, it is passing, but it is grounded with that Pluto energy. And so this could see you taking either taking new courses, learning new things, teaching new things, and really honing in and working one-on-one with other people to help them transform how it is that they see the world around them. I mean, that with this, that's what that tells me. So this is definitely a very powerful, you know, working together in relation with other people, working one-on-one with people as well, but also working with teachers or working as a teacher with, because I mean, it's the sun, it's the moon, it's Neptune, it's Venus, right? And they're all clumped right together. So there's several different aspects of life that are all clumped together right here. And with this moon, new moon in a very grounded sextile to Pluto still in Capricorn, it's very much, you know, very much creating the reality that you want to create going forward, and helping people in that one-to-one or in that group to hone in and focus on either, like I said, teaching or learning something new. And it's going to be very profound, and it's going to be very, you know, it has the potential to be very long lasting or have a lasting effect. For Leo and for Leo rising, this new moon is happening in your 8th house. So with Pluto, still transiting your 6th, it's transforming where it is that you're showing up in service. It's still transforming what you're doing on a daily basis, and it's still transforming, your health and your vitality, and where it is that you need to ultimately dig in and understand the deeper implications of what it is that you're doing on a daily basis. So with this new moon in your 8th house, with Pluto in sextile offering support from your 6th, this new moon in the 8th house is offering you a chance to really hone in and focus on where it is that you need to liberate old traumas, where it is that you need to let go of certain things, and where it is that you need to use your inner resolve and your inner strength to move forward in a new way. Because, with the sun and moon here, Leo, this is your chart ruler. This new moon. The moon is your 12th house ruler, and a new moon here in your 8th is showing you where it is that you are self-sabotaging as well, because the ruler of the 12th in the 8th, this can show you where old traumas, old wounds, old baggage is. And with your chart ruler as well, the sun here, you've been really honing in and focusing and feeling kind of prickly, feeling kind of, like on edge. And like, because it is Pisces as your 8th house, Leo, you are feeling all the vibe and all the things, and being like an antenna for all things other right now. And you can, if you have any other planets here, you can feel this, definitely, because I know I have. And with Venus here, this is your 3rd house ruler and your 10th house ruler. So there's definitely working with people, going on to that spiritual business and working one-to-one with people, but also showing up in service and showing people that with that laser focus, with that tenacity that is the 8th house, and Pluto right here with the sextile. It's showing you, and it's showing other people where you're not going to let go of certain things, and where you're going to stand your ground, and you're going to recover, right? Like either recover from addiction, or you're going to really hone in and create the future that you want to create in relation to releasing the trauma of the past, either childhood, past lives, or releasing the trauma of relationship as well. I mean, come on. We all carry baggage from previous relationships, and this new moon, I mean, especially with where it is and what's going on, it's releasing a lot of that old stuff from previous, relationships and lifetimes. For Virgo and for Virgo rising, this new moon is happening in your 7th house. And so you have Pluto still transiting your 5th house, still, transforming what it is that you view as fun and play and joy, and who you are in, romantic partnership with people, how you're relating to your children, how you're relating to your expressive self as well, because this, the 5th house is our self-expression. It's how we express, it's who we express as. So there could also be something that you've been really laser focused on in that 5th house, with the sextile to the sun and the moon in the 7th with this new moon. This could really have you honing in on your one-to-one relationships and how they relate to a creative project that you're working on, and also who you are in relationship. I mean, you have Neptune here that's been transiting here for several years now, you know, since what, 2012, it's been there. You have Venus here, and Venus, you know, Venus rules your second house of your money and your materials, your possessions, the things that you own, and she's in your seventh house. So this is creating contracts with, you know, creating contracts with future partners that will, over the long haul, really transform, right? Because this, it is in sextile with Pluto here, this new moon, and all things considered, and being able to reach that higher echelon with, you know, the sun and the moon. This is your 11th and your 12th house rulers. So this could see you working in relationship with other people behind the scenes, but it's the one-to-one behind the scenes, and working with your friends groups as well, and creating contacts via social networks and whatnot. So this new moon for you in the seventh house is new relationships across the board, whether or not it's a new client or new clients. This could be new, I just lost my train of thought here. So new clients, new one-to-one partnerships with people, new negotiations in terms of contracts and agreements. And, you know, this is definitely going to see you transforming what it is that you're doing creatively out in the world as well through those partnerships. For Libra and for Libra rising, this is your sixth house, Libra. So this new moon in your sixth house is where it is that you are showing up in service, and maybe there's something going on, you know, behind the scenes at home with Pluto there in the fourth house, still transforming what it is that you want to come home to, what it is that you're doing behind the scenes, what it is that you're doing with your property, what it is that you're doing with your roots and your root system, like getting down into the roots of who you are, of who you truly are, and completely liberating and digging in the dirt and transforming how it is that you relate with your roots and with your maternal line even. But with this new moon, you know, this is happening in your sixth house of your daily routines and your health. Maybe you've had some health issues and you're getting to the bottom of it. Maybe, you know, you've taken one of those, you know, health tests or whatnot, like DNA tests or something like that, right? Like there's stuff out there that is very much associated with your health and your lineage, not just your lineage, but with your health and your wellness, and certain markers for certain things. So that could be what's going on for some Libras. For other Libras, this is where it is that you're showing up in service of other people. Maybe you've had some issues, you know, working with other people on your daily routines and whatnot, but this is a new beginning for you. Especially, you know, this could be a breath of fresh air for you on the daily basis of working with other people and doing, you know, doing the things that you do on a daily basis to take care of your health, to take care of your body, to take care of your mental wellness as well. So this new moon for Libra rising people, you know, this could really transform where it is that you're showing up in service to others and what it is that you're doing, you know, for your job, for your everyday job. There could definitely be changes on the way, very deep, very profound. You know, maybe you're deciding that you're going to move a business to a different location, or you're going to sell your current business, and you're going to completely divest of it, like that Pluto energy of completely obliterating what doesn't serve you and moving forward with something new. And that could be this as well, because Libra, this is your chart ruler here as well. You're really honed in and focused on what it is that you're doing on a daily basis, and really transforming that for the greater good of all. For Scorpio and for Scorpio rising, this new moon is happening in your fifth house, Scorpio. Go Scorpio. This is a very sexy house. It's fun, it's play, it's joy, it's pleasure, it's romance. It's, you know, I mean, it's sex too. And with the sextile to Pluto in your third house, there could definitely be some really intense communications. You can see the intentions to have really honed in, really focused, really obsessive kind of energy, focusing on what it is that you're communicating with a creative endeavor, with a creative project, and really getting right down to the very nitty gritty and bottom detail of it, you know, because Scorpio, you're ruled by Pluto, it's in your third house, and he's been still transforming and really going over and showing you different ways of how you can communicate here in the third house. And with the sextile to this new moon, and with all these planets involved in this new moon, I mean, this is definitely you working in partnership with other people for your creative endeavor. And it's really going to transform and really help to lighten up and bring you joy and bring you pleasure, and be very playful with it. So don't be so serious with the communication, that like very, you know, really intense Scorpio communication. Find the joy in the communication, find the love in the communication, you know, find the that self-expression, right? And lighten it up and bring, you know, because this is a new moon, the moon's invisible, but the sun's shining right here in your fifth house, and the sun loves the fifth house. You know, the sun loves to be in the fifth house because it's about you shining. And so for you, Scorpio rising people, this is really honing in on you working one-to-one with other people and bringing something to the masses that is really going to transform, right? With that Pluto energy here affecting this, it's really going to be powerful and transforming, and for you, but as well as for your relationships with other people, and especially if it's a spiritual business, because Venus also rules your 12th house. So, and you know, Neptune's here. Neptune has been here for a while, but it is, you know, it is towards the end degrees. It's in the last decan of you know, Pisces. So it's definitely hone in and really transform it, because going forward, this could be powerful, not just for you, but for the other people that are in your life as well. For Sagittarius and for Sagittarius rising, this is happening in your fourth house. So this new moon is happening in your fourth house. There's something that's been going on with your, oh, it's getting light out. There's something that's going on with, sorry, Sag. There's something that's been going on with your money, with your materials, with your possessions, with Pluto still hanging out here, still kind of like saying, nope, you don't need this. Nope, you don't need this. Nope, you don't need this. So it's a matter of letting go of the things that don't serve you in terms of your value system, in terms of the things that you're really holding on to in terms of the structure and the things that the way you want it to be, the way you want it to look, right? Because the second house is what we cling to in terms of material possessions, and with Pluto here, it's asking you to let go. It's asking you to really transform also what it is that you value in the world and what you're bringing of value to the world. So with that in sextile, with this new moon in the fourth house, there's definitely new beginnings that can come of this, if like maybe even a new place of living, maybe, but also working on something at home behind the scenes, working on your roots, working on really bringing everything back down into that root of who you are, where it is that you come from, what power you have over yourself, what mastery you have over your sense of self, right? And self-worth. And so what this new moon is saying to you is that you can have this new beginning here at home behind the scenes, and this is going to affect not just you, but this is going to affect your health. This is going to affect where it is that you're showing up in service to other people or for other people. This is going to affect your, this is also going to affect, like, I mean, because the moon is dark, but you know, this is going to affect, you know, transforming who you are, transforming those old traumas as well, you know, that because it's the moon is dark right now, and this new moon, the moon rules your 8th house of traumas. So this could see you really honing in and focusing on that. And with the sun shining here, in your fourth house. And it's also, you know, this could see you really transforming with this sextile to Pluto, that higher view of the world and what it is that you're offering the world. And also, you know, where it is that you need to let go of the way you think things should look at home, or the way you think things should be at home. And also, you know, this is a new beginning for you at home too, just across the board. This is, you know, maybe you you find your home, your forever home, and you know, that's just how it's going to be, right? So for Capricorn and for Capricorn rising, this new moon is happening in your third house, Capricorn. And so with this moon in sextile to this new moon in sextile to Pluto in your sign, Pluto's been hanging out here, really still transforming who you are, your body, right? Like transforming your body, transforming yourself, transforming you from the inside out. And so with this sextile to your third house, this is helping you understand a new beginning that you can create for yourself with communicating with other people. And so this can create a new beginning for you also in relationship to other people, because it is in sextile and trine, you know, with your ascendant and your descendant. And the moon does rule your seventh house of personal relationship. Venus, you know, rules your fifth house of romance and partnership. And also it rules your 10th house of where it is that you're showing up and how you're showing up out in the world and the things that you want to create of your own volition. So this could see some Capricorn rising people really speaking to what it is that they want to create, how they want to create it, and being able to set those intentions to really transform how it is that you're communicating your needs, your wants, your desires to the rest of the world, to your partners, to, you know, the people in positions of power and authority, and to, you know, you're even transforming how you communicate with your children as well. So that's for Capricorn people. For Aquarius and for Aquarius rising, this new moon is happening in your second house. Go Aquarius rising people. This new moon is so powerful for you because you have Pluto really transforming old addictions, old, you know, things that are going on behind the scenes, really transforming and having you release still what no longer serves you, what has been dragging you down and bogging you down. And with this new moon happening in your second house, this is your money, this is your materials, this is your possessions, right? So with Venus here as well, this could also see you taking, this could see you taking money and deciding that you're going to grow roots, because Venus rules your fourth house, the moon rules your sixth house of your daily routines, and the sun rules your seventh house of personal relationships. So this could see some Aquarius rising people deciding that they are going to put their money where their mouth is, buy the ring, and do the thing. That's what I'm saying with that. As well as this could be, see Aquarius rising people really honing in on where it is that they want to move to, where it is that they want to live, the things that they want to do, and who they want to be in partnership with other people, and really gaining a sense of who they are in relation to other people as well, and what they need to let go of and what they need to create moving forward, also in terms of money and material and possessions. So that's for Aquarius. For Pisces, this is happening in your sign, Pisces. This new moon is so powerful for you. This new moon can transform you totally and completely across the board. Every aspect of your life, Pisces, can be transformed with this new moon, because this new moon is in almost an exact sextile with Pluto in your 11th house. You have Venus here, which rules how you communicate and also rules your 8th house of money, other people's money, finances, loans, taxes, insurances, inheritance, things like that. The sun rules your 6th house of how it is that you're showing up in service, and the moon rules your 5th house of romance and children and fun and play and self-expression. So all of this energy really concentrated right here in your sign, Pisces. This can see you completely honing in on and transforming who you are across the board. All aspects of your life can change, and especially with that Pluto energy there, really giving you the ability to gain focus on where you want to go, your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, and what it is that you want to create, and have you really hone in on who you are, what you're willing to do, what you're not willing to do, and transform it all to be able to release to the world as we get closer to that full moon in Libra, which is your 8th house. So if you Libra, or if you Libra rising people, if you Pisces rising people are looking to, maybe get a loan for something, you have the opportunity to also make this work for you. So this is you setting those seeds of intention and you taking action on your own personal gain. So that is the forecast for all 12 signs, and I will stop the share. So I hope you enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. This is going to be cross-posted to the Lilith Society on Facebook as well. So I hope you have a great week and a very magical new moon. So have fun.